Giving Back, sponsored by Patterson Legal Group.
We're excited to partner with Patterson Legal Group in our latest edition of Giving Back, where local nonprofits are recognized for the great work they're doing to make our communities better places to live.
Patterson Legal Group recognizes a new nonprofit and presents them with a $500 check. This week, we're proud to spotlight Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Manhattan. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Tyler from Patterson Legal Group. This week's Giving Back recipient is Big Brothers Big Sisters of Manhattan. We're here with Lindsay and Michelle. Michelle, tell us a little bit about the group.
Yeah, so we provide a one-to-one mentorship between an adult in the community and a youth that's maybe facing some adversity.
We love all the change that you guys are making in the community, and for all your great work, we're excited to give you a check today for $500.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
And we're joined now by Michelle and Lindsay with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Manhattan. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Great to have you guys on the show. I know Big Brothers Big Sisters is a familiar name for a lot of people, but they might not actually know what everything you guys do. So it's great to kick us off. Just kind of tell us what's going on at Big Brothers Big Sisters, especially Big Brothers Big Sisters Manhattan.
Yeah, definitely. So we at Big Brothers Big Sisters match kids in the community with mentors in the community, adult mentors, in different programs that meet either at school or just out in the community for 4 to 6 hours a month. We also case manage those matches so that everyone has the support of our organization and can really feel like a community as a match. So
well, lovely. Yeah, it's such a great mission you guys have to bring that generational support to the younger folks out there, because some people are just don't have it, unfortunately. And so talk a little bit about kind of the services that you guys are able to provide for these families then, because I know I've been a little bit familiar with some of the local Big Brothers Big Sisters. Like there's events that happen, there's activities, there's you guys work with other organizations to offer these opportunities for the bigs and the littles to get together and to have a little bit of fun. Like what's all going on over there?
Sure. So we do provide match activities, and those are times when we have things like craft events. We are going to be doing miniature golf with our littles and bigs pretty soon. And we just provide different events throughout the year, fully knowing that all of our bigs in our program are volunteers. And when they're doing things with their little, it is out of their own pocket. So whenever we can provide an entertaining activity, we like to do that.
And so how can the donation from Patterson Legal Group kind of able to help you guys' mission out here?
Sure. So all of our monetary donations go to helping us support our operations, helping us when we're looking at our salaries for our caseworkers. And then also we pay for background checks for our bigs. And then some of our grants require that they do fingerprinting. So we have a fingerprinting machine, and then we have to pay for processing all of that. So a lot of the monetary support is on the operations side of things, but then also going to help us pay for our match activities, things like that we want to do with our bigs and littles. And so that's...
Yeah, no, every little bit helps, especially, again, we see the matchmaking, we see the events you guys do, but we don't see the behind the scenes, the background checks to make sure everything goes smoothly and everything is safe and, overall good for the children out there.
Yeah. And our match support specialists spend 1 to 2 hours just in the interview process when we're interviewing new bigs. And really it takes about 10 hours for the processing of having a new mentor come in. And of course we want as many mentors as we can get. And so we're happy to be able to fund that part of it.
Wonderful. And so how can people reach out to you guys, say if they want to, if parents want to enroll their kids as a little, or if someone wants to volunteer as a big?
Yeah, I would say the best way to do that is to go to our website and choose the location that's closest to you. So of course for us that's Manhattan, Area 3. And so putting in an inquiry, and then we get all of those inquiries in real time, and we seek to reach out to volunteers and kids families within a 24-hour to 48-hour time frame. So
wonderful.
Yeah, and so just knowing of how widespread your viewership is, that when you go to our website, that's for Topeka, Manhattan, Junction City, Wamego, and Emporia. We cover all of those areas all together with our
Okay, yeah, wonderful. Yeah, so
with our
if
state
you're in the
support.
Manhattan area, please check out the Manhattan Big Brothers Big Sisters. But if you're in Topeka, if you're in Emporia, there's other branches out there.
And it's all the same website.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. What kind of impact have you guys personally seen from Big Brothers Big Sisters Manhattan on the community?
Yeah, so I was thinking about this on my way over, and I was recently meeting with a community member that I did not know, and recruiting him to be a big and asking him if he'd be a mentor. And one of the things he said, he was a little in our program, and he's now an entrepreneur. His big still lives in our community, and he said he wouldn't be where he was at without having that extra support. He'd had some really hard times in his youth, and his big really encouraged him to stay in school and then to really run with a different crowd and make good decisions. And I think that we see that so much, and to me that was so impactful, because often we see the kids that are, in our program right now, but to see someone who was in our program 20 years ago and how it really made that impact on his life forever.
For your case, the big is still in the area. What kind of relationships have you seen built with the Big Brothers Big Sisters? Like, how long are the bigs in each other's in the littles' lives?
Yeah, so I think it really depends on the length of the match, and that's why we really encourage that the longer a match can stay together, then the longer we'll see them stay connected in the future. We actually also recently had a big come through. I used to work with her. Her name is Susan, and her little are also still in contact. And I think that was they were matched 40 years ago. So it really can be impactful, and the longer the match stays together in our program, the longer I think that they tend to stay together and stay connected outside. And also it's great now between like social media and being able to have that connection with each other. I think that helps a lot in keeping those relationships going as well.
Of course, and sometimes it's as simple as just like a check-in at some point where like, hey, in case you're doing great but something goes wrong, I've got your back in the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
And so, we were talking a little bit earlier about kind of the events you guys put on to help out the bigs, again, be in the littles' lives. What's going on this summer? Anything kind of fun planned that the bigs can get involved in?
Yeah, so we have our tie-dyeing event coming up in the fall, and then also our miniature golf match event that we'll have, which is, I think, probably the most attended.
Yeah, they love that. We also are trying to work closer with other nonprofits in the community and do some volunteering, and so that our matches can take part in that through a scheduled event through us. And so we have an animal shelter that we're partnering with a couple times throughout the summer, and different things like that. So
that's fantastic. Yeah, it always seems like there's always something to be able to do in the area, whether it's Manhattan or Topeka or an Emporia. It's wonderful that there's always events to find something to do, and it's great that you guys are offering the chances for the bigs and littles to get together and to just have a little bit of fun, escape a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
And so now, how can other people help out your guys' mission here? We've had the wonderful donation from Patterson Legal Group, but it's never enough. Sometimes it feels like. What are you guys in need of? Like more bigs, I would always assume.
Yeah, so in Manhattan we have about 35 waiting littles. The average little brother is on our wait list for up to 2 years, and really because we have more little brothers enroll but less male mentors enroll. So having more bigs, so I always say time, talent, treasure. So your time is if you have time to be able to volunteer to be a mentor in the program. And then, for financing, I always say that I'll take your money anytime. And so we do that through some of our fundraising events. And if you have like something where you have maybe it's a job or an experience that you'd be willing to donate some time for us to come bring our matches to that. I think one of the biggest ones that we had attended was we had some people who opened up the airport, the private part of the airport, so the kids could come look at airplanes and see all of that stuff. And so just giving them a chance to see something that they normally wouldn't have a chance to look at, I think that makes a huge difference.
That's lovely. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but if you can't be a big, offer what you can to the service to help the bigs that are out there. That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
That's so great. How can people reach out to you now? Like, say they do want to be a big. What's the best way to go about that?
Yeah, if you're interested in becoming a big, I would say getting on our website and putting in an inquiry would be the quickest way, because we try to reach out within 24 to 48 hours if it's a weekend. And so then we can schedule a non-committal info session for you to meet with one of our MSSs, maybe even one-on-one, and talk through the program a little bit more. But yeah, that doesn't mean you have to be a big at that time. That just means you're interested in taking the next step. So
wonderful. Yeah, just check it out. Dip a toe in the water and see how it goes. That's great. Well, thank you guys for joining us this morning. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, and thank you for all the work you guys are doing out in the community. I know you're helping a lot of kids out there. Just again, find mentors and build themselves a stronger life in the future.
Thank you for having us, and thank you to Patterson Legal Group for selecting us. We really appreciate it.
Of course. All right, and again, everybody, if you want to learn more, please visit kansasbigs.org.
Giving Back, sponsored by Patterson Legal Group.